This groove works like a mirror. It reveals how solid your fundamentals really are, your control, your dynamics, your relaxation. And if it feels difficult right now, that's actually a good sign. It means there's something valuable to fix. Today we are breaking down the halftime shuffle, one of the most iconic and perhaps most misunderstood grooves in drumming. For many drummers, this is the groove, the one from Toto's Rosanna, the ultimate test. Tight tempo, light feel, flowing pocket, and somehow it still feels relaxed. That combination is exactly why it is so hard. But here's the truth most drummers miss. You don't need to start fast. You don't need complex bass drum patterns, and you definitely don't need to muscle it. What you need is control. Let's start with the basic halftime shuffle played slowly. In a regular shuffle, your backbeat lands on 2 and 4. In a halftime shuffle, the accents are effectively halved. Your main snare accent moves to beat 3. That shift changes everything. But the real challenge isn't the placement, it's the dynamics. Two things make or break your halftime shuffle: hi-hat dynamics and ghost note control. If either one is off, the groove collapses. If you play every hi-hat note at the same volume, the groove sounds stiff and heavy. Instead, every other note should alternate: accent, soft. Use a downstroke on the accented note and an upstroke on the softer note. Think round, relaxed wrist motion, not vertical hammering. Stick height matters, motion matters, and relaxation matters. Especially at faster tempos, keep the stick lower than you think. The higher you play, the more tension you create. Your ghost notes must be extremely low. If they come from too high, they become too loud and the groove loses depth. For the backbeat, use a rim shot. A rim shot gives you a strong, punchy sound without needing extra force. You don't need to hit harder, just more efficiently. But the real test is this: after the rim shot, immediately drop back down for the next ghost note. No big rebound, no lifting. That accent to ghost transition is where most drummers lose control. So practice that movement by itself. If you clean up hi-hat phrasing and left-hand height control, your groove will instantly sound more professional. Once the core groove feels relaxed and controlled, you can add bass drum variations. For example, a bass drum before the snare accent or one at the end of the bar. Keep it simple at first. Complexity without control won't help you. But here's a variation you don't hear as often. Instead of continuous shuffle notes on the hi-hat, play only quarter notes with the right hand. Now the right hand simplifies and the triplet movement shifts more into the left hand. This doesn't replace the traditional halftime shuffle, it adds contrast and space, and switching between the two versions creates movement and musical variation. This groove must feel relaxed. If you're squeezing, forcing, or fighting it, it will never sound right. Practice at tempos where you can stay loose. Remove unnecessary tension, focus on high control and smooth transitions. When the mechanics are clean, the feel becomes effortless. That's when the halftime shuffle stops exposing your weaknesses and starts showing your control. If this groove exposed something in your playing, that's actually a good thing, because once you see the weakness, you can start improving it. And if you want to work on this properly, start with a 7-day free trial inside Dynamic Drum Academy. That's where you'll get the PDF for this groove, but more importantly, you'll start developing the mechanics behind it. Dynamics, control, relaxation, ghost note precision. So grooves like this stop feeling frustrating and start feeling solid. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start building real consistency, that's your next step. I'll see you inside.